Hello, good morning, and welcome to The Early Bird, the Early Bird podcast where we sit down with local entrepreneurs and learn about the journey they took to start the businesses here in Center Wellington and beyond. I'm sitting with Man Vo today, the owner of Fresh Box Market. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem. Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
No, it's my pleasure to have you.
First podcast. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for allowing this to be your first podcast. Before we get started, I do want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by Two Birds Marketing. Two Birds Marketing is a local marketing company. So if you are based in Center Wellington or even one of the neighboring regions, reach out to us. We'd love to sit down with you and be able to build a custom marketing package built specifically for you and your business. Alrighty, let's jump right into it.
Let's get to it.
So, what we do in the beginning of all of our episodes has been some sort of game or activity that allows us to get into your mind a little bit. Okay. You know, hear more about what you think, how you think, what goes through your mind. Just get all your thoughts on the table. So I've prepared for you a bunch of rapid fire questions. And so I actually need Alicia to prepare the clock. All right.
1 minute.
Let's do 90 seconds because I feel like the 1 minute has never been enough time for our
Like
guests.
90 seconds per question or 90
No,
seconds?
90 seconds
Oh,
in total.
Okay, no
So
problem.
what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you a series of questions and you're going to answer them as fast as you can.
Okay.
Now, some of these questions are going to be, you could answer with one word. Some of these questions you might need to explain a little bit more maybe.
Right.
But try and make it as obviously as short as you
Fast as
can
possible.
because you want to get through as many questions as you
Right.
can. The record so far is 9 questions held by Mario at Play with Clay. So shout out Mario at Play with Clay. But let's see if you can beat that today.
I'm gonna try to beat it.
Manvo can
Let's
take
see.
the title of most questions
Let's see.
asked.
Are you ready?
Alrighty, I believe I'm ready. Am I gonna count it in or are you gonna count it in?
I can count.
You count it in? All right.
3, 2, 1.
What exactly does your business do?
So we provide fresh produce all across Ontario to, we deliver fresh produce and we have 2 stores.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Let's keep going. You're gonna run out of time on question
yeah,
one.
no, I got you.
What's one thing people misunderstand about fresh produce delivery?
Sorry, say that again.
What's-
I have 90 seconds.
That's okay. What's the one thing people misunderstand about fresh produce delivery?
Next.
What's the most popular item people order?
Fresh produce.
Yep. What's one fruit or vegetable everyone should be eating more of?
Sweet mango.
What's inspired you to start the business?
To provide fresh produce.
Were you always interested in food and health?
Yes.
What was your very first delivery like?
Crazy.
What's the weirdest, I guess we'll say, product that you've had to that you've ever gotten?
Like produce?
Yeah.
Product? I would say, for us, eggplant.
Yeah?
Eggplant, yeah.
That's the weirdest one? Okay. Pineapple and pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
What's your go-to healthy snack?
Mango.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
What's your busiest season of the year?
Winter.
What's the hardest part of running a delivery business?
Logistics.
What's the most rewarding part?
Providing food.
What's the one thing customers say that make your day?
That we thank you for providing affordable produce.
That's nice.
Beautiful.
How many?
You
I
got.
didn't count, but that was a lot.
That was. I got it. You got
I skipped one.
15. You did. We got to question 15. You skipped one, and I skipped one too. I skipped what's a vegetable you secretly think deserves more respect. So if you
Cool.
subtract 15, subtract 2, that's 13.
Okay.
The new
I took the
title
title.
holder. You did get 30 more seconds
Yeah.
than Mario did. So to be
Oh,
to be
you
fair,
were
I
six-
know.
you were
so-
60 seconds
Yeah,
before?
it used to be 60 seconds, but we never got past 10 questions. And so I was
Yeah.
like, shoot, I should like
You
bump
have
it
to have
up.
Mario up again then.
Mario round 2. Well, you know what? We were thinking about one day maybe doing a circle, like getting a number of business owners all together and then asking big questions and they could sort of like give their reasoning as to one
Yeah.
answer or not.
That'd be a cool idea.
I thought that'd be kind of cool.
Really cool.
Alrighty. So just like I said at the beginning, the Early Bird podcast is all about celebrating the journey that you went on to start this business. You know, you didn't just wake up one day and have a business. It didn't just appear in front of you. You worked hard, you made it happen. And so why don't we rewind in time before your business even existed, maybe when it was just an idea in your head, and walk us through how did it go from just an idea to something that many people in Ontario use on a regular basis.
So, Freshbox, like my family has been in produce since I was working at the farmers market for 8 years, when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So when I used to work at the farmers market for my family's business.
And you said you grew up in Fergus, right?
I grew up in Fergus. Well, I moved to Fergus in grade 9. So I
Okay.
actually grew up in Guelph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So halfway through grade 9, I moved to Fergus. And we were still at the farmer's market. I was working for my family. And then I would say probably when I was 16, I had the opportunity to rent out a space.
When you're 16.
When I was 16.
You're starting a business at 16
there
years
was a
old.
There was a vendor that left
Oh, at the farmer's
at
market.
the farmer's market.
Okay.
So I said to my dad, I said, like, Dad, I've been working for you for the last 8 years. Like, I want my own space. I want to try it. And my dad's like, no. Like, go to school.
I thought this was going to be one of those, yes,
Yeah.
son, you got it.
No, he's like, go to school.
No,
like,
don't do
you need
that.
to focus on school. I said, no, like, I just want to make extra money on the weekend. So he said, okay, then I'll put it in my name because we can't put in your name. You're 16.
You're 16 years old.
Yeah. So then I just rented that space off my dad. And that
Where did you get your produce? You take it from...
Yeah, so I'd buy off my dad and then go sell here. So we have the same product, but
But yours
the
was a little
market's
bit
big
more
enough.
was a little bit more expensive to
No,
cover
actually,
the cost.
I'm a different in the industry of my parents. I like to sell cheaper, and I like to
okay.
sell volume. So there's 2 different ways you can do it. Some people sell a little bit more and less.
Okay.
And then you can sell. I just wanted to be like the busiest guy.
Really?
I was
eh?
coming into it really hot at it.
So you're just like, I'm gonna have the cheapest
Yeah.
fruit. Wow.
So there was a lot like I just got my G2 at the time as well.
Wow.
So that was kind of like, okay, I'll go to the farms and then I'll go to the terminal and I'll buy it myself. So that time, I rented a van and then I just went out and then my dad's like, don't buy that. Like we don't sell that. I'm like, Dad, you don't sell this product. Like I'll buy it, I'll sell it. He's like, there's a reason I don't sell it. So like the first week when I first went in, I bought like so many different things that like my dad didn't sell. I wanted it to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
I had some stuff that I bought off him, but yeah, I probably lost like $1,000 or $2,000.
No, I was gonna ask. So
yeah.
why are there certain vegetable or fruit or that are very common, and why are some? Oh yeah, there's a reason why. Like why would someone not carry certain vegetables or fruit?
I think that when you're at the farmer's market, there's staples and customers eventually. There's a routine, right? You know that this guy sells the best strawberries, this guy has the best cauliflower, broccoli. Certain vendors have their kind of niche.
Okay.
Right? So my parents kind of built from, I think they started in 1996
Wow.
at the farmer's market. So
Wow.
they already built their client base. So stepping into like, okay, I'm going to start bringing a lot of strawberries and a lot of blackberries when other vendors had that. It's just stepping into a different industry.
Right, and it's not like
right?
it's got a indefinite shelf life. You've got these strawberries,
That's
and
right.
then you're like, all right,
Yeah.
well,
You're just taking a gamble, right?
strawberry pie for dinner
Yeah.
for the next 3 nights.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the farmers market's one day a week, right? It's every
Yeah.
Saturday
So
at
you
the
can't
Kitchener
really do
market.
anything.
So I learned a lot. Even now, I'll still be learning a lot.
Yeah.
But, the first, I would say like 2-3 months was definitely like a learning lesson.
Okay.
Can't sell 50 cases in one day, maybe 10, and then at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to like go below cost, right? So
Yeah.
it's a lot to learn.
So I feel like when you're 16 and you're starting a business, you must be relying so much on parents, right, to be able to
Yeah.
like you're probably like, was the car yours that you drove in? Was it was it your parents' car?
Yeah, it was I bought my own car my first car at 16.
Oh wow.
But the vans and stuff like that, like my parents had the trucks.
Yeah.
So luckily I was able to feed off that.
Okay.
When I was 18, I was able to get a credit card, then I got a line of credit. So I took the line of credit and then I went to buy my own truck.
Yeah.
And I maxed it out and my parents were like, you
Day
shouldn't
one.
do that.
Line of credit, truck.
But I think that for me to grow, I just had my own like freedom with my own truck.
So between 16 and 18, it was just the market,
It
just
was
the once a
the
week.
market.
That's all you were
Yeah.
doing.
No, just the market. And then believe it or not, my first job was New Orleans Pizza in the Fresh Box Plaza.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
So I used to, when I was 15, I worked there. And then I just balanced that and I told them, I said, I can't work Friday or Saturday, but I can work every other day.
I work every other day, but I can't work Friday, Saturday. So what's the prep look like for like? Because if you can work every other day, like there must be some sort of prep that you do
Yeah.
to prepare the produce. Like, is it something you can just do the morning of, or is it no? Like it takes a couple days to get everything ready and lined up.
No, it's kind of like for the Fresh Box side or farmer's market
for
side?
the fresh box, but even like when you were like doing the booth at the
Yeah.
farmer's market. Like, how could you work all these days at the pizza? Did you have to prepare the vegetables, or
No, it's kind of like a one day, like
A one-day operation.
Friday you pick up the produce, 2-day operation. Friday you pick up the produce,
Okay.
and Saturday you sell. So for us, like it wouldn't make sense to buy it on Thursday, Wednesday, or Tuesday
sit
because
around.
it's just sitting around.
So
Right?
where and you're buying from farmers.
Farmers during seasonal.
Okay.
And then the Ontario Food Terminal is like a hub. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I am not.
No. One day we'll have to take a trip
Okay, we'll
down
have to
there.
take a look at it. Okay.
It's a really cool, especially during like this time when Ontario Produce is just starting. You have your vendors that are selling like imported produce.
Okay.
And then you have your farmers that come there. So there's over 500 farmers there that are in the summer. They come there, they just set up and they just sell what their product is.
People like
And
you,
it's
like not really to, is it to the general public or is it to people like you who
No,
are
you
gonna
have to have
buy
like a
en masse?
membership there.
Ah.
You can buy one case or you can buy 200 cases and they sell to like all your grocery store, not your grocery stores, but all your small boutique stores, like kind of like Fresh Box.
So this is like the Costco, but for business owners, with just but
it's
local.
different. Yeah, they did an open house in 2012,
Oh, okay.
which is great. I didn't start my business then, but
Yeah.
they allowed the general public to come in and see what the Ontario Food Terminal is about.
Wow.
There's
Where's
a lot.
that? Where is it?
It's off the Queensway.
Okay.
So it's just, I would say it's the address is Etobicoke,
Okay.
but it's not too far off. It's like the Gardner, maybe 5 minutes off the Gardner.
Okay. Okay.
But it's a cool space. Like when we first opened Fresh Box,
Yeah.
there's a lot of controversy. Like, oh, they're getting all their produce from the food terminal. But
Why would there be controversy around that?
a lot of news out there is like, oh, it's all rejects of the grocery store.
Oh.
But if you're there, and that's why they did the open house as well,
To
and
show
you see how many farmers come out, you're getting the freshest produce. Like
Yeah.
we have the farmers, especially during the summer. It's like picked Thursday and brought to market Friday 2 a.m. by the farmer itself,
Yeah.
right? During seasonal.
Yeah.
During the winter, the farmers, the ones that do the greenhouse, they still come out. Obviously, you're not going to get strawberries that are grown in the field there, and he's not sitting there at negative 40, right?
Okay.
It's common.
Very
right?
fair. Very fair.
But you're still getting the suppliers that still import themselves, and there's so many different houses. Kind of like think of it as a big flea market, but
Okay.
on a wholesale level.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
You said there would be a 2-day operation. Friday is pickup.
Yep.
Saturday is sale. So in season, you're buying from farmers.
that's right.
And is everything still at that location, or are you like driving to this farm, then this farm, then this farm, then this farm?
At first, yes, we were like going down to Niagara, and then we go to this farm, and like so many different areas
Yeah.
to get them. But we're thankful, like we're 8 years with FreshBox now, where we're able to, we trust all our farmers, so now we can call them, and then they'll deliver.
They'll deliver.
The terminal as well. We used to go down, myself, and then I would drive a 24-foot truck down there, and then Caitlyn would drive a 24-foot truck down there.
Wow.
And at that time, it was like
Was that
cold.
nerve-wracking, like first time jumping in the big truck? Or?
Yeah, because my first truck was just a 16-foot truck. So then we jumped up to the one with like air brakes, and we'd just park up there and we'd load both.
Yeah.
And then just getting home would be the biggest kind of scare. Is like you're going from the 401 and just making sure that load gets home.
Sure.
It's the biggest, I would say, the biggest stress of the day.
It's like having all the produce.
Yeah,
Because
and it's all on you, right?
yeah. Does anyone else still, like, are you still the one to do all the pickups, or?
No, now I have a buyer that goes down.
Oh, okay.
We don't send down a big truck. We send down the van, and then he buys down there, and then we send it on the truck home. So our suppliers actually deliver it to us in their big trucks,
Wow.
so we don't have to drive.
Okay.
I think we graduated that from like 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
We were back with you starting in the farmer's market, and you were talking about you were New Orleans pizza Monday to Thursday,
Yeah.
and then Friday, Saturday, you're out here, getting produce around. So how did that evolve from just a weekly farmer's market into deciding this is going to be my career for life?
So the farmers market would be Friday. We'd pick up the produce. Saturday we'd sell it.
Yeah.
There's always a surplus that's left over. So one thing that we do at the market, and usually if you go to the farmers market, you'll know, is a lot of vendors at the end of the day just want everything gone. So some farmers will discount it,
Okay.
or some people will just donate it, or they'll take it back, and then some product is good to bring the following week.
Okay.
But at that time, like I didn't have a warehouse. I didn't want to just run the reefer on the truck for the whole week and then bring it back. So
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of carrying produce over.
Okay.
And that's a big thing, the difference between like a fresh box and like, I would say, I don't know if our competitors or the grocery store, we don't like produce that's left over. We just like to start fresh. So I had this idea. I'm like, there has to be a way to get this out to the public, because we're selling this here like for like really cheap.
Yeah.
and the market, like customers at the end of the day are used to that. So like, you're selling like 5 mangoes for $1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, can I have 10 mangoes for $1? So I'm like, there has to be a different way to. There's value to this. This product is still good.
Yeah.
It's just a day old.
Yeah.
So at that time, yeah, I already left my New Orleans job, so I was working at Rogers.
Okay.
Then I said to Caitlyn.
The Rogers in the plaza with the Little Caesars?
That's right, yeah. Rogers in town. That's right. I graduated from pizza to Rogers.
Okay, awesome.
And I said to Caitlyn, I said like, hey, I have an idea.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't the produce that we have left over from the market, why don't we put in boxes and just sell them cheap on Facebook? She's like, okay, let's try it. And then she said, I think at that time Caitlyn was working at McDonald's.
Wow.
I said, you can scale this and then you don't need to work at McDonald's.
That's the pitch to her. Like, hey, you can get out of McDonald's by doing this.
I said, you do that part, I'll do the buying.
Yeah.
And let's see where it goes. So the first week, we had produce left over.
Yeah.
So I got home.
Were you almost that week that you were going to do this for the first time? Were you almost like holding produce back? Like, we need a lot at the end. Or were you used to having a fair amount?
No, it was very in the spur of the moment. Because like, I've always had the idea, like at that time, nobody was selling produce on Facebook. So for the full year, I'm thinking like, how can I sell produce online? Whether it's to restaurants or whether it's to like the general public.
Sure.
There has to be an avenue for that.
Yeah.
But I never like jumped right onto it. And then at one point I created a Facebook page. It was called like Man's Wholesale Produce.
Yeah.
But I never like just executed.
So is it still out there, you think, floating in cyberspace?
After this, I'll have to delete it. But I don't think I ever posted on it. But then we had produce left over, and I said, like, let's just do it. Let's just try it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what's there to lose? And Caitlyn was never like I think Caitlyn was just 17 at that time.
Yeah.
So she said she didn't really care. That's the great thing about Caitlyn, where she didn't care about her friends on. You know, when you're posting on Facebook, them selling produce boxes.
Yeah, it's true. You like.
I don't care. Like she didn't care.
I don't want to be thought like, oh, I did this like that.
Yeah.
But she didn't care. She's like, all right,
didn't care. So
buy these boxes.
we put like, I have a picture and I'll send it to you after if you want to put on the podcast.
Yeah,
but,
I love that.
Our first box, we just put everything together. Got back to the garage, my house, and then we just put everything back together, and we were able to make, I think it was 16 or 17 boxes.
Fair amount, okay.
And I was like, $15. Just sell it for $15.
Sure.
And Caitlyn puts this post and she said, hi, we sell at a farmer's market. We want to sell these, this is just leftover produce. We have these boxes we made.
Yeah.
We made every single box the exact same.
Yeah.
Some had a little bit different, if we ran short.
Yeah.
$15. And in 20 minutes, it was like that.
All of them
gone.
No.
And then me and Caitlyn just looked at each other like, this is quick. This is fast. Like, this is a different business.
That was one of the milestones, eh?
Yeah, that was like kind of like, I would say the milestone.
Wow.
Right? So
you're saying, farmers up until this point, if they go to the market, they've got leftover, they'll just sell it super, super cheap or whatever, just to kind of get rid of it. Why has no one else done this? Like, what was the thing stopping other people that you didn't either, like, you just saw a way through or you figured out? Like, why are you the first one to think of this?
I think that I'm just I think I would say, to be honest, like the younger generation. A lot of the guys that have been there, including my family, have been there since 1996, 97, sometimes older.
Like
in the Kitchener market, you have people
right?
like 1959, like generational, right?
Right.
It's not put into that where you can sell stuff online.
Do you think like culture, you're right, like I do think you're right, like I do think younger people, like it's almost like we've been trained to like, how do we monetize this extra thing that like has been going on? Do you think that's like a cultural thing, or like among younger people, or do you think that's just like you're saying, like it's just the old school, they just didn't think of it, or like?
I think among the younger generation.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe if they've thought of it, but I don't know if it's harder to navigate the technology.
And yeah, you're right. I guess like for you, your first thought was Facebook, and you're not the first business owner here to say that they used Facebook as their first way of selling their first products.
Yeah.
So how long were you doing that for before eventually you thought, okay, we can't just be putting them in boxes in my garage?
Yeah, so the first week my house was that was my parents' house, so I was still at home. And I was 18, sorry. And we were out in Bellwood, so I said to Caitlyn, I was like, your house is in Fergus.
Yeah.
And Caitlyn's like, yeah, we can use my garage. I'll ask my parents.
Wow.
So
And you guys have been dating for a while at this point?
Yeah, I think just a year and a half or 2 years.
So they were just like, oh, this young man
Yeah.
is just showing up to our house with all this produce, just shoving it in
Telling
our
our
garage.
parents. But at that time, I think it was May 2018.
Okay.
So we started out in the garage in Fergus, and then we kind of got in the rhythm of. Now we're at the point, kind of what you said earlier, where like we have to save this produce for the online business.
Yeah.
Where we kind of said like, let's just go down a different day and create a new day of it. So it was Thursday.
Wow.
So you could place your order all the way up until Wednesday midnight, and you would just send Caitlyn a message.
When you say place an order, you just mean like through a website,
Yep.
or did you just like through Facebook? Just
Facebook.
like,
You just DM Caitlyn.
You'd be like, hey, I want this and this and this and this.
And we knew from the farmers, for example, like 2 weeks from now is June. So Ontario strawberries are starting.
Yeah.
So I knew like when the certain products were in season.
Okay.
So Caitlyn would just say, hey, this week's surprise box, because we wouldn't know exactly what we're able to get.
Sure.
We'll include a pint of Ontario strawberries.
So it's like mostly random, but you could choose one.
That's
thing.
right. So it's kind of like a teaser item, like
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So customers would say, okay, I'll take a box, and then Caitlyn would write down, and she would have a list. She'd do everything by paper, and Caitlyn still has that. So the paper, and we have our customers that are still supporting us from the garage,
who are still buying today.
a lot of those day ones are still here.
Oh my gosh.
Which is crazy.
So what's it like when they walk in the store? Do they ever just like, you roll out the red carpet for them?
Yeah, like they, you know, I don't know if I should be saying this, but a lot of those customers are paying like pricing that I've honored them from day one.
Wow.
And that's well below our costs.
Wow.
Everything has been inflated from there.
Of course.
But
That's nice.
For
I
me,
think it's it's you're honoring the loyalty that people have,
Yeah.
right? Like they chose to trust Caitlyn's Facebook posts,
Yeah.
all these years ago, and
their word of mouth, just
Yeah.
by telling 15, 20, 30 customers,
yeah,
is
It pays for
more
itself.
than enough for us, right? So
Wow.
I think the cheapest like price that someone's paying is like $18 a box.
Really.
And we're like $34.50.
I was just on your website before, like this
Yeah.
morning before, just kind of
Yeah.
taking a look at it. I was like, wow, $18.
$18. So we're
for the large, for the
$34.50.
XL.
No, for the regular box.
Where's the box?
There's a few. There's quite a bit of customers that we said like, you've been with us since day one.
Yeah.
So every price increase we've had, I would just say we're keeping it the same. Like, don't worry.
Has that translated to like if someone started just 4 years ago, and obviously prices have inflated since 4 years ago, do those people get to hold onto those prices, or it's
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. I knew that like even the customer that started with us 8 years ago, I said like, and I do the marketing, like the email marketing. I say like, this is a Black Friday special. Like, you won't see this price again. And now people are still on that pricing where.
Don't you think like there's going to be a day of reckoning where eventually you're going to be at a scale where you're like, we can't be giving these prices away at this point? Or do you think, no, I'm going to honor these for life? Like as long as this business exists, this is the price.
I think, I think my word is like, this is my word. I mean, if it gets really like out of control, which I don't want it to be like $50, $60 a box.
Yeah.
Where we can't sustain to keep doing that.
For sure.
But I think at this point, I already appreciate the regular support.
Wow.
And they're already coming weekly, they're adding on to their box, so it's okay.
That's great. So
Yeah.
you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
If you buy a box now, you can hold
Yeah.
on to that price. Maybe you can hold on to that price forever. That's crazy. So you've been doing this for a while. Was there a point when, because your parents are also at, the market,
Yeah.
virtually a competitor now.
Yeah.
Was there a point where they were like, "Hey, like pause the brakes, son. Like you're taking away some of our business," or
Yeah, it was the point where like, I think when I got my truck, it was like, okay, I have this line of credit.
yeah,
I have this responsibility. Like, I can't just work from. So eventually I graduated to 20. At the market, they call like one parking spot is 10 feet.
okay,
So they gave me 20 feet.
wow,
And then it was seasonal where I would just rent a certain spot until the farmer was in season because he wouldn't be there the whole year, right?
yeah,
So eventually
yeah.
I had like, between my mom's stand and our stand, we had like 4 different locations
Wow.
in the same market.
In the same market.
So my mom had her like regular spot that everyone knew.
Yeah, they've been there for a long time.
They've been there for a long time. It's
Yeah.
staple. But I would pick off the temporary. Like the farmers at that point, they've been there so long, it doesn't make sense for them to build something. But for me, I have nothing else,
Yeah.
right? So I just said like, okay, I'll use this space for 2 months, right? And then people started like, a lot of my regular customers, wherever I'd go, they'd know it's my space.
Wow.
Like if I set up in this row or I was set up in the third row over there,
Yeah.
they'd be, oh, that's man spot. That's man spot.
Wow. So you started building this reputation as this guy that would come in,
Yeah.
fly in,
That's
take
it.
other people's spots, and then
It wasn't like,
not
The way
stealing.
not stealing, but I think the way I
But they were
approached
using
it-
it, and so yeah.
the way I approach it in terms of a business wise at a young age is like, I just had this or nothing.
Wow.
Right? So I would come there, and like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I like to sell a lot of quantity
Yeah.
and at more cheaper price. So if I can buy in bulk from the farmer,
Wow.
I can get a discounted rate, but you have to be able to move that product.
So do you think that you having so many spots in this market and being so aggressively inexpensive, that's kind of the whole marketing or your big push, was that bringing down the price of produce across the whole market? Like were other competitors of yours being like, wow, this guy's selling so cheap. I can't sell my strawberries for this much money. No one's going to buy it.
Yes, I mean, yes and no. I'll be honest, like yes
Okay.
and no. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's farmers there at the market.
Yeah.
But like, if they're selling strawberries, there's also a farmer that's asking me to help him out. So I get calls like the night before. If you get hot weather, the right amount of rain, you have to pick those berries, like for example, strawberries,
Yeah.
off, and you have to get them in baskets, right? Or else that product's gone for the farmer.
Right,
So, you know, if I ordered 30 cases of strawberries, even to this day, like farmers would say like, hey man, like I need your help. Like we have 200 cases of strawberries
yeah.
and I'll give you a discount at this price. I need you to move it.
So will you look at the weather forecasts for the next couple of days? Not at certain seasons, maybe not now, but at some point through the year, and be like, oh, I can tell it's going to be hot weather, and then there's going to be a lot of rain. I'm going to get some calls from some farmers. Like you'll know it's
I'll have
coming.
to gauge it like that and I'll know, especially like now with experience. But
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
beginning, I wouldn't know, and that would be that would screw me over.
Yeah, of course, because
I don't
you're
fucking
like-
say that, but yeah, it screw
Yeah.
me over because I would advertise strawberries,
Yeah.
not look at the weather,
Yeah.
and then the next 4 days is rain in the summer. So you can't. The berries are wet and they go bad.
Oh.
So now I'm calling you and saying, hey, I'm sorry, like we're short.
Yeah.
Right, and that happens.
And you don't want to be doing that.
I like, you can't control, even in the winter when we're not even buying off the farmers that are in Ontario. Like you can't control logistics.
Okay.
You can't control what comes in.
Yeah.
I know we're buying the produce, but like there's so many things from getting it from the farmer to your warehouse, even to the consumer. That's why like when you said like what's the hardest thing, it's
Yeah.
logistics. It's getting it from
From
point
farmer
A, point to B, to
you,
consumer.
To consumer. Wow. So you've scaled obviously quite a lot
Yeah.
since being in a farmer's market. I know this. I hope this doesn't sound. I'm like, are you still at the market now, or is it's all through the business now?
It's all through the business now.
okay. Was it like a hard decision to leave the market, or
No, I got kicked out from my mom.
she kicked you out?
Yeah, so at that time, I was probably 19, so I was doing the fresh box, and then I was doing the market, and then my mom, I guess she just saw the vision. You know, moms and dads always know better,
they
but
can
your
do
parents
it.
always know. And she said like, go focus on that, because that's like where you need to be. This is always here, right?
Wow.
We've been doing this long enough, and obviously it's going to be generational. It's going to be passed down.
Of course.
So you're not going to be missing anything here. You need to focus on online. Wow. So I was so mad. I love the market. You know, I started at the market when I was 8 years old. So I have so much like
You probably
regular
know everyone there.
customers,
Yeah.
you
they
know, especially when I was younger, they'd be giving me tips, and I'm like, okay, like these are all my friends here. Like this is what I do.
yeah.
She's like, no, like don't
Focus
worry,
on
go.
it. Focus
like,
on it.
and that was like, I took a trip back to Vietnam. When I got back, it was like my mom and dad planned it. They're like, yeah, you're not back at the market. I said,
What?
Why?
They planned it for you.
yeah, I'm like, why? Like,
You just came home and they're like,
yeah, I was like,
That was your last
You're
season.
kicking me out, and then, you know, that push. Like, I was obviously mad at my mom. I didn't talk to her for like 2 days, and then her mom obviously after I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
dude.
like, let's just me and Caitlyn, let's just go straight at it. Let's
Sure.
see what's gonna happen.
So what year was this when you were kicked out of the market?
It was probably 2019.
2019.
Yeah,
Okay.
2019. So
Just before the world fell apart.
Just before COVID. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Did COVID change how your business worked?
crazy. Yeah.
Really?
Numbers were like insane. Like we were already scaling. So I'll backtrack. So May
Yeah.
2018, we was started in the garage. Then we worked out the whole summer of just doing every Thursday was a pickup.
Yeah.
Our last week in the garage, because it's getting colder, was Thanksgiving week.
Okay.
So you have to imagine this. So a house in the subdivision,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just see a lineup of people picking up boxes of produce, right?
Little
And
line
then we
going
give
around
like
the block, yeah.
the neighbors. My idea was like, okay, like we're not getting reported,
Yeah.
so we
Did you do anything to kind of like
Yeah,
thank
we
the
did.
neighbor?
We said, here's a free box of produce. Here's a strawberry flat.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in terms of a bribe, but it's like,
No,
I
but
scratch
it's
your
like-
back, you scratch my back.
Yeah,
like,
like-
don't tell the township. that was of course, right? We didn't like we didn't want to couldn't rent a space at that time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
we at Thanksgiving I had half a pallet of 10-pound bags of potatoes. We made
Yeah.
a Thanksgiving box. It was special.
That's really cool.
So me and Caitlyn unloaded it there, and then I'm looking and I'm like, it's crazy. Like there's a lineup down the block for produce. Like what are we gonna do?
Wow.
So we closed down. We said, hey, we're shutting down for the season until next season. We thank you for all your support. Let's see what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see what next year holds for us.
Yeah.
So that time then I think it was November. Yeah, because October was Thanksgiving. November,
Of
me and Caitlyn were
2018,
driving by,
Yeah.
and we saw for lease sign in the Freshbox location at 600 Scotland Street. So I popped in there, I took a picture, and I called the landlord. And his name was Tom. He's not the landlord there anymore. And I called him and I said like, hey, we're looking to lease this space. He's like, what do you want to sell here? I said, produce. So you want to open a grocery store? I said, not a grocery store, but like this is what we do. We sell a product online. We get pre-orders. So we already have this income that's coming in, guaranteed, and then we want a space to provide the boxes.
Wow.
And then he said, let me talk with the owners. So he talked with the owners, and then I met with the owners. His name is Arif. So at that time, I'm 19 and Caitlin's 17.
And you're just there with a whole bunch of produce.
We
Not
wrote
yet,
a
obviously,
long,
but
we
you're just
wrote a
like,
long email and said,
Yeah.
like, we're young,
Yeah.
but like we promised to pay our rent on time, and we wrote a letter like we already have this set customer base because from May until October we built such a great customer base where people already trusted us.
Yeah.
We knew how much money we were bringing in,
Yeah.
so I knew that I could cover that rent.
Wow.
So I said like we want to build something in the community, and he gave us a chance.
Wow.
At like 19 and 17 for both of us.
Wow.
So we took
So
that.
19 and 17.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
We took that space over, and at that time we were just in a rush to get it renovated. So there was an old business in there.
What was the business before you were?
Inside, it's called Inside Connections. So
Okay.
they did internet
Okay.
installs.
Wait, is that the guy?
That's my uncle.
Yeah, that's our uncle. That's why it's such a small world.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow,
And
okay.
I met David too.
Through the
David, right?
transition.
Yeah, I met David through the transition.
Yeah.
And I said to him, like, just leave your stuff here. Like, I'll take it down. Like, I just wanted him out.
Yeah. Of course.
And not in that
No,
way.
me-
Just
no,
like,
but
I just
you're
want to
like,
get it
I
started.
want to get started.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
So at that time, like, looking now when we rent spaces to when I was 19, like, we were so easy to like, I'll take down this. You know when you want move-in ready?
Yeah.
You want this taken off and you have the negotiation power.
Yeah, you didn't
I
do
just said like, I'll do it. So me and Caitlyn spent the first week like taking his stuff off the wall, and that's because we wanted that, right? We wanted
Yeah.
to take it down. Some things we've kept and we still have like his stuff there. Water heater he left behind for us. We're thankful for that, right? But at that location specific, we just went at it. We painted, we did everything. We had the help of Caitlyn's dad as well, and it was great.
Wow.
And then you just think of, so our first opening day was December 5th or 4th of 2018.
Of 2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was,
basically the end of the year.
yeah, we did everything in like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you came into our store, you just see a checkout desk.
That's
And then behind the wall is where we did production.
wow.
That was our idea. We're going to do everything from this location.
Yeah.
From production to holding produce there. But we didn't have enough money to buy a walk-in cooler. So we bring in the produce. It started off as the morning of.
Wow.
And then, so if you ordered to come pick up your box Thursday, we were already down at the terminals, we were down at the farms at like 12:30, 1 a.m.
Wow.
Right? We need the orders by Wednesday at midnight.
Yeah.
So Caitlyn's sitting
So
there.
so you can't even leave until Wednesday at midnight because you're waiting on all the orders to come
Yeah,
in.
and we did everything tight on the timeline because we were just starting out. We want every single order.
So who has their eyes on the orders?
Caitlyn.
And who's
Yeah,
getting who's
Caitlin's
picking
doing
up-
the orders.
Okay.
I'm doing like all the messaging.
Did you have any staff at this point, or was it
Just
still
me and
just the
Caitlyn.
two of you?
Just me and Caitlyn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So then we'd go from our mornings would look like.
I feel like I owe an apology to Caitlyn
Yeah.
for only having you on the podcast.
That's why I emailed you. I'm like,
I know. I was
should I have Caitlyn on the podcast?
Oh no.
And then Caitlyn did, when she saw the post, because Caitlyn has a lot of emails that came in.
Yeah.
When Caitlyn saw the post, we're excited to have Man on the podcast this month.
Yeah.
Caitlyn messaged me, she goes, "You're going on a podcast? Why did you tell me?" I said, "Caitlyn, you're CC'd on the email." She said, "I have a lot of emails. I didn't see that." I said, "I'm sorry, but like I did want to include you on the podcast."
Yeah. Oh no.
And yeah, Caitlyn, if you're going to be seeing this, I did ask for you, and then I said, "I'm like, well, do you want to go on the podcast first? Because like I don't want to be. It's not that I don't want to be on the podcast, but like I don't want to just be the center of the attention. Like,
of course.
This is not just me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's two people. There's more than two people. There's a whole team.
Well, to all the wives who deal with our husbands, so thank you. Thank you for putting up with us. But you did do the email, so.
I did my part.
So it's just the two of you running the shop, no staff yet, waiting till midnight on Wednesday night to get orders before driving out to farm. I guess farmers are used to people doing pickups late at night. Right?
Early. Well, by the time we'd go from the terminal, then some farmers, 4 or 5 a.m. is really early. Like farmers they're 24/7, right? There's a lot of things that they're doing, picking in fields, and it's all to them. You're getting especially during seasonal, it's like you should thank your farmers. That's why those stickers and everything, thank your farmer and all that. Like good things growing in Ontario, it's true. Like when you see things firsthand and see how hard it is.
Wow.
We're obviously the middleman
to
take it from the farmer and then give it to the consumer.
Yeah. We only see you.
Yeah.
We don't see the farmer.
You don't see the farmer.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But
this guy's not even working that hard. I'm kidding.
I'm not working that hard.
No,
but,
you are.
Everything's on a tight timeline.
Yeah.
Even to this day, it's a different type of timeline. It's not midnight. It's not as crazy, but it's still just as tight. Because I've had staff that have come into my business, our business, and have said like, why don't you do it? Bring the produce in 2 days ahead, and then you can be more organized and you can be ahead. I said, because that's not what we do.
Yeah.
We're promised to our customers 48 hours max in and out, and that's how we do it. I know it can make like things a lot easier. I'm sure we could scale a lot better, a lot more organized. But like, if we're telling our customers 48 hours, like I don't want to bring in produce that is Monday I'm bringing it in and then it's just sitting there. Yeah. And then you're taking that gamble where it's like, if I buy 200 flats of strawberries, and then online from Sunday to Tuesday I only sell 80, then you're stuck with 120.
Yeah, where you can get all these strawberries.
Here with this deadline, I kind of have like a number where I know exactly how much I sell, and then I'll just buy extra off that for like in-store, Fergus and Guelph.
So even to this day, can you make an order up until Wednesday and someone's out there Thursday at 1 a.m. flying around picking up?
We still have it. Yeah, we still have like our buyers still down there, and then I do most of the buying from home. So I'm still up at 2, 3 a.m., but it's kind of like my buyers down there. So we're kind of calling all the suppliers and farmers and seeing like, okay, what price can we get is the best? And what quality, like my buyer being down there as well.
So you've hired a guy. Their job is to go down there and they're trying to like get the best price.
They're my eyes.
What are the things that they're like, you've trained them? What are you looking for? What are they looking for when they're walking through the market? Cost must be
dates,
one. Dates.
Cost, right? When product is flown in, when it's brought in.
Yeah.
And quality. Quality and price is the biggest thing.
Really, eh?
Because what I say is good is different than what you say is good.
Yes.
So firsthand, when I'm calling from the phone, hey, are these strawberries good, Jefferson? Yeah, they're good. They're really good. You obviously know what I like. Yeah. But it might not be up to my standard. Right. So when I kind of graduated from not going down there every day, pretty much now like we're Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wow. We're down there, right? And we're staying because we're bringing produce in for our Fergus store, Guelph store, and we need to bring in produce like within that 48-hour window.
Of course.
Right?
So how much of when someone says a price, is it the price like definitely not changing, that's what it is? Or if your guy has asked the right questions, it can be something different?
I would say volume is a big factor of how much we're buying, right? You have to understand that if we're buying 10 cases versus 2,000 cases, it's a big difference in price, right? You're getting not a significant discount,
but you'll pay less.
Right? Okay. And that's why we're thankful for like the support that we have, the customers, where we're able to have that buying power. So now we can buy, 2, 3, 4 pallets of one item, and then bring it into it, and then like be able to sell it. Because if you're just starting out and you're going down there, you're saying, I want to buy 3 pallets.
Yeah.
Well, you need to have the customer base to sell that.
Of course.
You're going to get a great price.
Yeah,
but where's your customer?
What are you going to do with all this stuff?
That's right.
So you've scaled quite a lot. You've got the Guelph location now. What year did that open?
What's this? 26, 25, 24. November 24.
November 2024.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was that like? What made you say, you know what, we need a second location?
So we had we had the warehouse where the Guelph location is our warehouse. So we signed that back during COVID when we needed to expand.
Oh.
So I think it was like just under 5,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And me and Caitlyn moved in there. We signed it. It was 2020 or 2021.
Wow.
And at this point, we're rushing to find it. We're scaling so fast where we can't do it out of our Fergus location.
More than just the 17 boxes.
You have to think, like, I'll let you picture is the Fergus location doesn't have a roll-up door.
No.
It doesn't have a loading dock.
No.
We can't have a forklift there.
Yeah.
So COVID, a tractor trailer load worth of produce.
Yeah.
We're hand bombing
The whole
off the
trailer.
truck through a small single door
Wow.
into fresh box.
Yeah.
Especially like during like the hot season.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to make sure that, the strawberries that need to stay cool, they need to stay cool.
Of course.
So we're like, okay, we need to figure out and find a warehouse fast.
Wow.
A lot of things me and Caitlyn did, I'll be honest, are very impulsive.
So one of the questions, because as you've told your story, it sounds like a lot of the things you've done were very much like, you say impulsive,
Yeah.
I say strike when the iron's
Yeah.
hot. Like, how much of being an entrepreneur do you think it is to like be calculated and sit back and think through all your options and make a decision versus, no, the time is right, it's shown up now, I have to make the move?
I think it depends entrepreneur to entrepreneur.
Sure.
I've learned more now is like to slow down. And Caitlyn likes to hear that, I know. But at first it was just like, go. Like no business plan. Just like, if this feels what it is, like you need to go and figure it out as you go.
Yeah, just pull the trigger, make it happen.
My advice now, I say to like entrepreneurs or anyone starting out, I say like, you're thinking too much about it. Just start. Once you start and you kind of just, you won't learn, you can learn things, you can hear people talk about it, you can hear podcasts. I'm not saying podcasts, I'm not saying they're not educational. I'm just saying, once
Listen
you're
to it
in
while
it,
you're doing it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Once you're in it and you kind of like know all the problems and you're the only solution, you'll figure it out.
I love that advice. Yeah.
And I say that to anyone starting out is like, just do it. If you have an idea, just do it. Just start it. And the bumps, no matter what you do, there's going to
be bumps.
They're going to come no matter what.
Yeah. And no amount of, I think like school or calculation is going to always 100% prepare you for that very specific situation, contextual bump that you're going to deal with. And just if by facing it, overcoming it, that's, I love that.
I like, to your question, just, I used, like at first, it was go. Now it's like, okay, we have the bid.
Yeah,
the
but you're in a
first
different
box.
stage
That's
now,
right.
Yeah. But like for someone just starting out, you're thinking.
Yeah, now we need to calculate, okay, does this make sense or does this not make sense? Course. So the Guelph location, it was our warehouse, 5,000 square feet. We advertised, like, this is where it's bad to just impulsively do something. We got the warehouse.
Okay.
And then I said on a Facebook post, I said, hey, like we're going to be doing a Guelph location pickup.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the space. We were already so big enough.
Yeah.
So then customers in Guelph are like, where's your Guelph location? So we didn't have it.
Wow.
And then 6 years. Then we just took over, 2 years ago, we just took over we're still scaling now. So we took over the location beside us. It used to be the owner of the building had a flooring store there. So he said like, hey, I need your space. And I need the dock. It makes my life easier. So we expanded there. He said, he agreed. He said, okay. And he moved his location to the back of the building.
Wow.
He's been there for a long time. And then we took over that location. And then I said, okay, then the old warehouse part, we'll just make like 1,500 square feet and we'll just kind of make it like for the Fergus store, like a market. You come in, 2-day operation, and customers can pick up their box and pick up produce. And it's the same, like we're just doing what we're doing in Fergus and Guelph. It's kind of like a mirror now, right? We just keep scaling.
Now, you guys do obviously much more than just the boxes because you have the storefront where people can come and just kind of pick whatever's there. And you'll have great sales. Yeah. Like my first time I walked into the Guelph Fresh Box was about maybe a couple months ago. You had a flower sale. It was like 3 bouquets for $20. Yeah. And we showed up and we got 3 bouquets of tulips for $20. Yeah. Who decides what's in the front of the store? Who's out there
That's
looking
me.
at all the flowers and
Yeah.
saying, we're going to buy 20 pounds or whatever it is of flowers?
I do the flowers.
Okay.
I do.
Thank you.
Yeah,
My wife
no problem.
appreciated that.
Yeah. Everyone can thank you. Yeah. The flowers, that part, the buying for the store is my part I do, and then Caitlyn kind of gauges what can be done, like what can be brought in, what sells and what doesn't sell. But in terms of the store, it's similar to the market.
Yeah.
So it's right down my avenue. It's like second nature to me.
Yeah.
Because it's just, okay, I'm getting a good deal on strawberries. Let's bring it in and let's sell it. So pricing does change. I mean, the biggest thing for us with our customers are like, sometimes your pricing online is different than your pricing in store. But we have like, I get so many calls during the week. It's like, hey man, like I need your help on this pallet of this. I just got this in. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me on Sunday? I could have advertised this and have the same price all week.
Yeah.
But it's produce. It's produce.
And things are moving so quickly.
You
I
need to
gotta
move it,
imagine.
and like, I would hate to say no to a good deal to pass down to our community.
Right, of course.
So the in-store part of it is, we started that because not everybody wants to order online.
Yeah.
You have the older generation that doesn't like to order online. They like to come in
Yep.
to a store and just buy and take advantage of those sales.
Yeah.
So I think me and Caitlyn, how that started was, we were just selling our boxes. All you could do in the Fergus location is come in, pick up the box, and then you go home.
Yeah.
Then, I'm getting these calls and like, hey man, do you want some grapes? I'm like, oh no, I didn't advertise grapes.
Yeah.
I can't put them in my boxes. I was like, you know what? I'll sell them I'll sell them at my
Like, just
store.
they come pick up anyways. You just have them on the side.
That's right, yeah. And that kind of sparked, I bought 10 cases of grapes. It was grapes for the first
I was
product
going to say,
we bought in.
was
Yeah.
grapes the first one? Okay.
And then, we had this shelf. We call it like the bread shelf. We
Yeah.
sold bread in our store as well.
Yeah.
And then I just put grapes on the shelf. And I said, Facebook, $3. Like, when you're coming in the store today, $3. So a lot of customers came in, they're like, I'm sorry I didn't order a box this week, but can I still grab it off the shelf? And then they're like, yeah, you can still, you don't need to order a box. Like,
Yeah.
And then one product turned into 50 different products. And now we have customers that just come in store, they don't buy a box, which is like totally fine.
Yeah.
And a lot of customers to this day think like, do I have to have a membership to
Yeah,
come in
yeah,
here? Or do I have to like order a box just to buy it? So I said, no, like we're just like your stores. Like you come in,
Wow. You pick what you want.
you pick what you want, no obligation to be ordering our box. And
Well, you know what's funny is that I have now, because I hope this is an encouragement to you, because I feel like it's almost so we moved into Fergus only in 2024.
Right.
And no, that's not true. 2022. In 2022. And the power of your business and the branding and the awareness there, I showed up. I didn't even know there was a delivery
Right.
system. I thought it was just a produce store. I walked in
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, look at this. This is really cool. And it's only through these last few weeks and last few months is really understanding from you that, no, that's not the business. The
Yeah.
business is the delivery. But that's like, I just feel like your business must have transformed so much. Am I the only one who
it's
does
a
that? Or?
big, no, it's a big adjustment. A lot of people, especially I think our Guelph location,
Yeah.
because it's so new.
Yeah.
So most of our regular customers are in Guelph, but mostly in Fergus, like this community, Fergus, Elora, even Arthur, all going up the North Way.
Wow.
A lot of our customers that have known us since day one, they support us because we're amazing.
Yeah. You got to say
They
you're
support us,
amazing.
yeah, they
Oh.
support us like from day one. So when we opened Guelph, they would come in, customers would come in and just buy stuff off the shelf and be like,
Yeah.
oh, like, what's this big warehouse?
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, this is just like 20% of our business.
Wow.
80% of it is like online deliveries. And,
Yeah.
the staff there would explain like what we're about.
Of course.
And then people would be like, oh, that's
I know.
crazy. I didn't know.
That's crazy.
Like, we deliver to like almost 100 different locations across Ontario now.
Wow.
So kind of to see that and understand that it's two different avenues.
Yeah.
It's different. So
I love
it's
that.
crazy.
Man, I could talk to you all
Yeah,
day
I
about
know.
this, but we are running out of time.
yeah.
Alicia has given me the
I saw that.
cut.
I saw it in
the
corner,
cut.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been ending all of our episodes with spinning this big wheel that I have with me here. And so there's going to be more than just spinning it, but we'll start one step at a time. So I got this big wheel. Whoa. And let's...
A little more?
A bit more.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. All right. I feel like I have to tighten this thing up a little bit. It's been...
Well, it's gonna fall off or something.
No, I just, I feel like the first week, it was like, everything was like perfectly tight, really good. Like you heard the sharp, like, as it spun. And then like the last week I did it, it was like this thing was flipping around and I was like, all right, we gotta tighten this thing up. Okay, so you're gonna give this thing a really good spin and then there will be a corresponding thing you need to do based off which color you get.
Cool. It's like a gamble here, right?
No, there's no gambling. There's no gambling.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
just kidding. No, we'll do yellow because
Yellow?
you know what? I gotta tighten this thing. All right, it was yellow. Okay, so what I have here is this big board, and there are corresponding. Thank you so much. Corresponding questions to each board. So I've been calling this the wheel of big questions because behind each one of these colors is a big question about entrepreneurship, starting a business, and really reflecting back. So you think about that game we did at the beginning of the podcast
Right.
where it was just as fast as possible. This is the opposite. This is reveal the question behind yellow and then give us the best answer you can think of.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead. So reveal the yellow. There we go. And look, it was a better pull too.
Yeah,
It was
see?
meant to
This
be.
is
It was meant to be. This is the one. Okay. There
this
we
one
go.
too or no?
Yep, yeah, that
Yeah.
one too, that one too, that one too. And this one's much more fitting, much more fitting. Okay, here we go.
How has building this changed you as a person? It's a big question. Do you have like elaborate about this question or?
No, you get to interpret it exactly
big question.
as you read it.
I think building a business, like, to answer this question, I think from building a business from comparing to the market to like an everyday business that, like, you know, we employ a lot of staff, it's changed me as a person to kind of, so it's a hard question, how to go about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's changed me into a person where, like, there's more of a purpose of why we do what we do, why I do what I do. I don't know if I'm answering the question right, but how I'm going to answer the question is,
Yeah.
it's changed me into, like, you know, at the end of the day, we employ so many different people. We provide a service out to so many different communities
Yeah.
that, like, all I want to do as a person is just give back to, we're providing a job. We're providing a purpose also to people that come in and trust us. I know what I want to say it, but I don't know how to say it.
You're doing great. You're doing
Yeah.
really good.
It's changed me into, obviously, I like to think so, a better person.
Yeah.
You know, with a purpose day to day, right? It's not as much as people think about the money or what the job title is. It's just there is a purpose day to day of what I get to do. I get to do what I love every day, but also it's nice to see the change that what we're doing in terms of the business and building Freshbox
Yeah.
is making a change.
I love that.
Yeah.
And to add on to the question, just because I feel I'm just genuinely curious, what are the things? So a lot of business owners, when I imagine them, when they're looking at the metrics of success, they're always, and you have to look at the finances coming in and output and all these sort of things. But what are when it comes to making a difference, and it comes to helping people, what are the milestones that you're looking for, or like really make you say, yeah, we're doing something good here?
In terms of, like, building the business,
Or like making a giving something, providing a service, like letting people know that, yeah, like we're changing people's lives.
do you want to hear my answer on, like, customer point or, like, I guess I can answer this. So
yeah, whatever.
for the community part is, like, we're doing this because we're providing, like, and this is not an ad or anything, like, trying to say about Freshbox, but like actual fresh and affordable produce.
Yeah.
But we're moving it down the chain. So we're allowing the avenue from the farmers to the consumer. I'm very, very thankful for the consumer side and the farmer side, where we have the connections where we can put those two together.
Yeah.
That, like, it's not that without me and Caitlyn this chain wouldn't connect, but we're also an extra number there too to the farmer. We're like, hey, you know, man, he buys this many pallets of strawberries, and it's not just obviously disappearing into thin air.
Yeah.
It's going somewhere, you know, whether it's going to your home or you're coming in the store to pick it up. And that's in terms of the consumer side. It's like how much, sometimes me and Caitlyn will sit back and just think, like, how much produce we're actually moving within 2 days it has to be going somewhere, so we're doing something.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's kind of like that pivot point where, like, this is bigger than we think. Of course, you know, you think as a business where like it can be bigger, but like where we're at right now, I'm happy. Like, of course, you want to scale, and there's business plans in that area.
Sure.
In terms of changing wise, it's seeing growth in our team and our staff. You know, there's
That's
a
really
lot like of staff that have come into our business, and you know, they have other opportunities. I'm always I will try. I mean, if you're amazing, most of our team is amazing and saying like, hey, I have to move on. That I'm totally okay. You if you need to move on, like, of course you're an asset to our business, but I will never hold someone to our business like you have to work it. If you don't, I always tell the staff, if you don't like what you're doing, don't work here. And that's not in a bad way.
Yeah, it's not a threat.
I want everybody to enjoy,
to love what they're doing.
yeah, and how much I love the business. I hope that like our team would love the business as much. And I'm not saying put as much dedication and, you know, effort as the owner in, but my team cares about the business
Like a lot.
sometimes more than me. I look at it, right?
Wow. That's really cool.
But yeah, to answer that question on the staff side, it's like to see everyone grow in our business, it makes me happy. Like I feel like we're making a change and providing opportunities, providing a great job, a great place to work. Yeah, I mean, like my manager at our supervisor at the Fresh Box right now, he came and he started as we have like a position where you just do the garbage and the cardboard. Yeah. Because it's just like a full day of that.
Yeah.
And he came to me, and I don't know if we're running out of time.
It's okay.
But
wrap up the story.
Yeah, I'll do it fast. He came to me, he's like, hey, I'll work for you and I'll work for free. Because at that time, there was no jobs out there. I said, no, like, you don't need to work for free. Like, I'm just full right now. He's like, no, I need a job. I was like, you know what? Can you do early mornings? I can do whatever job. I said, okay, come at 3 a.m. tomorrow. We'll start you as a loading, and then garbage and cardboard. And he came in, and now he's the supervisor of the warehouse.
Wow.
And just to see from you starting from like a position just as, I don't mind giving the opportunity. Like if you can do it and you want to work, like,
that's amazing.
I'll wrap it up there.
I love that. No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening into the podcast today. If you know a small business here in Center Wellington, make sure to tag them in the podcast. Also, if you haven't been to Fresh Box Market, you should go. It's a really great place. Ask to speak to Man or Caitlyn. She is equally in part of this whole thing, and unfortunately isn't here today, but we must get her on at some point.
Yeah, she'll be on next.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Jefferson.
No, my pleasure.
I appreciate it, and yeah.
Beautiful.